I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia, California on my mind.
Johnny, the US has sent a nuclear-powered submarine to the Middle East. Oh yeah, Johnny, it doesn't mean much. They've been doing it for bloody years. But what you've got to ask yourself is what the US is doing with all these bloody bases in foreign countries that obviously don't want them there. US bases, well, they have got a few, I reckon. Now, Johnny, the US military, it has dozens of bases spread throughout the bloody Middle East, often in countries that don't want them there in the first place. I don't know how you bloody justify that. But anyway, these bases are being attacked from within by the people of these countries getting attacked. Now, that doesn't seem unusual to me, Johnny, but yeah, right, yeah. But it does seem unusual to people in the military, the US military, who are wondering why their bases are being attacked. And not only that, why isn't the US retaliating with deadly force and blowing the shit out of the people that are attacking them? Hasn't it got something to do with oil and all that sort of stuff, Johnny? Yeah, now I uncovered this video in my research, Johnny. It's from Fox, it's from Fox. This bloke starts questioning this bloody general or ex-general or whatever. Holy shit! Have a listen to this.
Now can we go to that map that shows how the danger in this region, because of these guys and because of what's happening in Lebanon and what's happening in Gaza, there's a huge danger to our troops, 45,000, but troops, 45,000, but predominantly the most in danger in Syria as well as over in Iraq.
There's a huge danger to the 45,000 troops over there, Johnny, because they're over there.
They are being rocketed regularly, 45 injuries, a lot of it TBI, and we have not struck back except one time at a weapons depot. General, are you worried for our people and the families watching right now?
Brian, absolutely. Look, to use a phrase, we really dodged a bullet on this simply because we haven't had any Americans killed in these attacks.
What are they doing camping and building bases in Syria and Iraq, Johnny?
We've got enormous capability in the Middle East. 2 carrier strike groups, an amphibious ready group, the Bataan. We've just had an Ohio-class guided missile submarine pass through the Suez Canal in the Red Sea. That carries 150 TLAMs. It's not the capacity.
They don't seem to grasp it. They don't seem to grasp what they're actually doing and why people are angry at them. But Jesus. Well, what's Jimmy Dore got to say about it, Johnny?
Guess what? They're building a new military base in northern Syria. As we condemn Putin for invading Ukraine, that was provoked, we're occupying a third of Syria and we're building new military bases.
But hasn't it got something to do with oil and all that sort of stuff, Johnny?
So you remember when Trump said this? They asked him, hey, why are you leaving troops in Syria? And this is what he said.
We're keeping the oil. We have the oil. The oil is secure.
Jesus, Trumpy's come out and said it.
One more time.
We're keeping the oil. We have the oil. The oil is secure. We left troops behind only for the oil.
That's why they hate him, ladies and gentlemen, because he tells a truth like that every once in a while.
Oh, Jesus, that's bloody ridiculous.
And here's another stooge from the State Department to tell you how the American State Department feels about Syria.
The United States still had compelling forms of leverage on the table to shape an outcome that was more conducive and protective of U.S. interests. And we identified 4. So the first one was the 1/3 of Syrian territory that was owned via the U.S. military with its local partner, the Syrian Democratic Forces. Now,
so the third of Syria, you heard she said the third of Syria that was owned by the U.S. military.
Get it. But you're going to have to make those hard decisions to respond against them, because every time these attacks occur against U.S. facilities and troops, it just emboldens them.
It emboldens them. It emboldens them to bloody fight for their own country, to piss the U.S. off, because what are the U.S. doing there?
It just emboldens them, because they say, well, look, they're not going to attack back. They need to come up with a plan and a process to do it and then execute. They've got the capability. They've got the capacity.
They've got the bloody hardware to inflict enormous damage, Johnny, in other people's bloody countries. Well, then we got to bloody crush them. We got to bomb the shit out of them.
The U.S. backs the SDF and keeps about 900 troops in eastern Syria, allowing the U.S. to control about 1/3 of Syria's territory. The report said there are currently about 24 U.S.-led military sites spread throughout eastern Syria, and there they are. There they are.
It's our own bloody country.
Isn't it amazing how the United States can drop bombs on Syria, illegally occupy Syria, steal Syria's oil, and scream about Ukraine's sovereignty at the same time?
Yeah, we're number one.
It's unbelievable, all right, for Christ's sake.
We straddle like Greyhound and rolling into Raleigh and all across Carolina.